welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Vecna, Eve of Ruin, right here at Proficiency Bonus. My name is Michael. I will be your dungeon master this evening, along with all of my wonderful players gathered here today to get attacked by vampires.
Leave on.
Where's Buffy when you
That's what we're
need
here
her?
for.
I'm just saying.
We would love your promo points.
That's a very high-level druid spell, Summon Buffy. I don't think you have that yet.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Right.
Oh, I'm so upset that's not a spell.
Well, welcome everybody.
I'm the guy that would summon Willow.
Oh, I got to fix something
Which
really
Willow?
quick on my
Yeah,
stream.
Good Willow or Evil Willow?
Or Vamp Willow.
Hey,
No, we don't need another vampire.
speaking of vamp, I need you guys to vamp for a minute while I fix these videos on my screen
Alrighty.
very quickly.
So seriously, Good Willow, Evil Willow? Who are we
I
calling?
think good Willow. She's always a sweetheart.
But like Good Willow later season before she loses control of her magic, or Good Willow?
Good Willow before
Post-
she even knew she had magic.
So just Smart Willow.
Smart Willow. Problem solver Willow.
Michael, you have removed me.
We're back.
And you're back.
You're back.
Happy Labor Day, everybody.
That was an
Yeah.
interesting new problem.
And
They
when
wasn't ready for-
When I switch to the next scene, I will have to do the same thing, so just be aware. All
Sorry,
right, now
no,
I've got
it's my
everybody
fault.
set. Oh, we're all good. Everything's
Thank you
good.
so much, Michael.
You know, I should have checked that before I went live, but you know what? Hey, then we wouldn't have had
This
that
is just
very
the behind
exciting
the scenes.
panicked moment from your dungeon master. Yeah.
You guys are learning the stress that Michael goes through on a regular basis.
Well,
How many shows do you edit, anyways?
Too many.
Okay.
Sounds about
Too
right.
many.
That's his way of saying he can't count that high. There's a psychotic song about it.
Round it up.
Well, anyway, before I got distracted, I do want to thank our sponsors. I want to thank Cardboard Castle Games and Little Dragon Corp for all their support. You guys can type in !CCG or !Little Dragon to get quick links to their website where you can buy awesome RPG-related gear. If you use the coupon code BONUS at checkout, you'll get 15% off your order at Little Dragon Corp. So make sure you go check those guys out sometime tonight. Tell them we sent you. Just a couple of other announcements. Thursday, Wild Beyond the Witchlight is back, so make sure you tune in on Thursday. They usually kick live about 8:30 p.m., give or take a minute. And on Friday, we'll have another episode of Fandelver and Below, so make sure you check that out at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And next Monday, we'll be back here again for another episode of Vecna, Eve of Ruin, if our party survives.
If.
Certainly an if at the moment.
Oh, Michael.
I didn't like that.
Jeez.
So we'll see how things go tonight. They might need more of player rerolls up there, folks. So if you've got anything to give... Oh, and we do have... I think we have a community challenge up right now.
Do it.
I think if you click on Probo Points, it should be up there. Is there a community challenge?
I'm not
up?
seeing it.
Why
I
not?
got power-ups and rewards.
Let
And
me change that right now because it should be showing.
you see, once again, these are behind the scenes.
Yeah, that should have been working. Why is it not working? Oh, here we go. I forgot to click the start button. Now it should be going on for everybody.
Divine Radiance.
Divine
Whatever that
Radiance. Oh, Derek just contributed 2,000 to your group.
Almost halfway.
Derek, I love
And-
you.
And the way that I'm going to do this is if they get it, like as soon as they get it, they're going to get the reward. So I'm just going to let this be an immediate thing and not at the end of the session. So
What is this Divine Radiance community challenge?
what is this Divine Radiance Community Challenge? Let's just say it will definitely help you in your current situation.
Hey.
We have all night, though, right? In theory.
What's
In
that?
theory.
Theory.
All right. Well, that being said, let's go ahead and... Oh, man, we got a lot of people contributing. We're already Already getting halfway there.
Way there.
All right.
Halfway there.
Where we left off, let's go ahead and throw some darker music.
Oof.
Nah, I'm sure we don't need.
And I'll take us over to the map overlay so I can adjust it really fast because I forgot to adjust this one camera. So I'm going to adjust it right now so we're all situated.
This is some ominous music. I don't want to die to this. Can we start playing the Lollipop Guild song in the background?
That would be creepier. What's wrong with you?
That would be pretty creepy. All right, everybody.
From the guy with the child voice mod.
We're at the top of the round, and Selena, you're up again. What would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna go for the vampire that's right in front of me again.
Okay, vampire, I believe that is... Can't see because they're overlapping names. 4. Ah, yes, that was Strike.
Where's my mouse? Okay. It's one of those nights, apparently.
5 piercing damage. Once again, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be doing as much damage as it should. You have a second attack.
I'm gonna go for the same one again.
Okay.
Try and keep striking at him, but I don't think a 13's gonna hit.
I don't think a 13 is going to hit either. No, it dodges out of the way of that swipe from your rapier.
Dang it.
Hisses at
I
you.
think I'm gonna stay
bearing
put as
fangs.
well.
Okay, you got it.
I don't really want to get in the middle of anybody else.
Okay. Vampire spawn 2. Up here. That one has not been affected by radiant damage. So you can see some of its wounds close.
Ooh. I don't like that.
Not ideal.
This one's going to attack Forest with a multi-attack. First one with claws.
Real quick, chat saying your Michael's a little low on volume.
Oh, I will fix that right now. Let's see if I can do that.
For clarification, which Michael are we talking?
Okay, let me raise up my volume. I'll go up to about right there. Let's try that. Let me know, chat, if that is any better.
Thanks for the points, Bull
You're
Pirate 4 and
94% of the way.
Yeah, they're getting closer.
Oh, thanks, guys. Jason, save us. More points. I know
Love
you
you,
have
Jason.
them.
I
I think
like
the cap is
500 more.
2,000.
They're begging chat. Begging chat.
I will beg. I'm not above it.
I don't think a 12 is going to hit Forest.
Not even close.
I'm gonna try to claw you again. An 18? Nope. Can't break through the armor. And that will end at Vampire
I mean,
Spawn
someone did
2's.
give me a magical shield.
That's true. Odd, you are up.
Alright.
Got a player reroll gifted too.
Oh, player reroll. Excellent.
Where is the initiative order on my screen? I don't see it. Who's the next player in line for
Hazel.
Hazel.
Hazel? Alright, so I'm gonna give Hazel the Master Tactics bonus advantage on her next attack against we'll say Vampire Spawn 1. What is that no sign on his face?
I think
That's your
you
Bane.
cast Bane on those.
Okay, so then yeah, against him, and I'm gonna use my cantrip. We'll do Sacred Flame, but under the Moonfire for Lunar Flame on 3, and I assume that's 4 in front of Selena.
Yep.
So Dex save 16, please.
Dexterity saves. 18. It's one success. Let's see how the other one does. 23. These vampires are very nimble and agile as they dive out of the way from the radiant light.
They should just not do that.
Well, that's it for me.
Okay, brings us to Hazel.
So rude. Wait. Sorry. They both had Bane, so let's
they
take
did.
that 18 down. Because I don't think I have a chance on the 23.
See if the 18 goes. Oh, it does go down.
So one takes it.
One will take it.
So that one has radiant damage now, so he cannot heal. It's going to be 12 radiant.
12 radiant damage. So the searing flame of moonlight starts to just the flesh of this vampire starts to smoke off of it and burn as it screeches out in pain.
God, that looks a lot more painful than I thought it would.
So Hazel, it becomes your turn.
Yes, and Hazel is still in her wolfy form, and I have Master Tactic on Vampire 1, correct? So I'm gonna bite at Vampire 1
Okay.
in my wolfy form. That
will hit. Yes.
That wasn't even with the advantage, but I'm gonna roll the advantage just in case I get a nat 20 because I want to hurt it. Just in case. Nope. Okay.
Okay, so you take 7. And we had your attacks are considered magical, right? Did we determine that?
I don't remember what we rolled it.
No, I think that's a specific type of
Yeah, that's moon.
Yeah.
That's
druid.
That's a
Okay.
specific. Yeah, that's the other.
specific circle.
So-
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Other circle. So not me.
I,
All right.
Nightingale, I'm not repeating that one. Thank you for trying, though.
What did he just do?
He gave him a game master reroll.
Thank you,
Jason.
sir. I will take
Jason. We're gonna have a discussion about this soon.
it. Jason, you are my hero. Because now I'm hoarding 7 of these bad boys. All right.
We're
Hazel
gonna
bites into the vampire. It doesn't do as much damage as you hope, but it has to make a save, a strength save. 18. It's going to succeed, so I don't think you knock it prone. Holds
Was
its
it
ground.
already prone? I wasn't sure. Or no, Vampire 2 was prone.
Vampire 2 is prone.
Okay.
So, technically, Vampire 2 would have stood up before it attacked Forest. I couldn't see the marking
Yeah.
under the name, so it would no longer be prone.
Okay.
But it's Vampire Spawn 1's turn. Up here at the top is just going to continue to attack Hazel. You notice that the wounds do not close up on this one as it comes at you in rage with some claws. It's only a 10, so that's probably going to miss. And the second attack, a 12 on the direwolf? No, so both of them. It's just kind of like rage clawing at you and fear for its life right now as its wounds are not healing. And you're able to dodge out of the way, bringing us to Forest.
I think I
You got
gotta
another Game Master reroll.
move up into this space right
Thank you,
here.
Bull Pirate.
Jeez.
Just get some better coverage here, and I'm gonna make my attack to spawn number 1 since he's the one that didn't heal.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. 24 hits.
12 slashing.
12 slashing damage. 18 hits
All right.
for another
15.
15 slashing damage. This vampire looks very badly hurt, almost to one knee. And the community challenge has been completed thanks to Kristy Mysticwater.
Yeah, I love you so much.
So,
I love you.
you guys all immediately get this divine gift of divine radiance. So, when you attack an enemy and hit, you may choose to add an additional 1d8 radiant damage to the attack. You can do this up to 3 times, and then the gift is gone.
It has to be a melee attack or what?
Does
Is
not
it
have to
any
be
attack?
any attack.
Hey,
Hey, Derek, thanks for the subscription. Appreciate it. So you guys got 3d8 extra radiant damage that you can do at any point, and if you don't use it now, you can save it for later. It only disappears when you use it all. It's kind of like the Vecna boon that you got from the intro adventure. You may hoard them
I
if
keep
you
forgetting I
choose.
have that too.
We also got a player reroll from Kristy Mysticwater.
Oh.
From
Hey, Matt, if you get the chance, can you message me how to get my initiative back up on Roll20?
I don't know how to if it's gone.
Yeah.
See
I might have
uh,
to
do,
reload.
you,
Like,
do you
I
have, do you have the turn order tab on the left? Do you see the turn
Hey,
order tab? It looks
no.
like a... You don't?
No.
Interesting.
I have
I'm
the
going to reload Roll20. You guys can keep going.
Yeah, I don't have an option for that either.
I'll drop
I thought you
initiative
guys
order in
did.
our chat just so it's there.
Okay, no, it's there for me. Yeah, there we go. I got it. It just had to be reloaded.
So Forrest, with those attacks, did you have anything else that you wanted to do, Forrest?
No, I don't really have a lot I can do when I'm out of magic, so that's what I got.
Gotcha. Vampire spawn 4 right in front of Selena is going to claw at Selena. A 14 to hit. I don't think that's going to do it.
Nope.
You're able to dodge this one. Another claw. 19. That looks promising.
Yeah, that one's gonna hit.
That one's going to hit. You take 8 slashing damage. It rakes across you, Selena.
Rude.
Bringing us the Vampire Spawn 3. Still glimmering in that radiant moonlight, is going to attack Odd. Claws. A natural 20. You take 14 slashing damage. Bane.
Does Selena have the interpose thing she can do?
Mm,
I think you mean interception.
Interception? Do you have what does your
And,
interception do?
Are you remembering your Bane?
Silvery barbs from
Honest crit.
chat. Nice try. Doesn't work on Mondays, Kristy.
yes, I
don't
do
think
have
Bane
interception.
touched that 20.
Bane won't cancel with that 20.
Oh no,
Creature
not me.
you
I
control
meant for Selena.
hits a crit target other than you within 5 feet of you with an attack. You can use your reaction to reduce the damage. Yeah, you can do that.
I meant for Selena's attack. Wouldn't that have taken it down?
It's for someone other than yourself.
It has to be somebody other than yourself.
So she can only do it for you.
No. The Bane.
Oh, the 19
Bane.
that hit Selena.
Oh, the 19 that hit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that one.
17 would drop it. It would drop it to a 17. Would that have hit you?
That still hit you?
Yeah, 17
Wow.
would hit.
Still
I tried.
got.
Appreciate the try.
All right.
So,
Did you want to do interception for Odd?
yes, please.
Okay, so you're gonna roll a d10. Nice roll.
So, I think would I still add the +4?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, your proficiency bonus gets added to it.
So you only take 1
13.
point of slashing damage.
For interception?
Oh,
Yeah.
Actually,
D10
just
plus her
link to the chat
proficiency bonus minus the damage.
I'll
and
take
since
it.
I have my sword, you're good.
So you take 1 point of damage from that crit.
Ah, the gushing blood.
And I'll go ahead and use my Sentinel feat to make an attack against that guy now.
Go for it.
Probably didn't hit him.
12 does not hit, unfortunately. The sword does not hit its mark. And that vampire gets 1 more attack on Odd. A 13.
Have mercy. I'm already dying. That one day. It's a gusher.
I'm guessing a 13 does not hit.
It does not know.
Okay.
What feeble individual do you think I am? Jeez.
So the end of their turn,
Hey, the ominous music stopped for me.
those yellow dots go away for right now. Orkun, your turn. What do you do?
Oh,
Is it just me or did the music stop for everybody?
Still playing.
Still
could hear
playing.
We'll just have
Sometimes,
muted.
sometimes that jukebox in Roll20 is buggy.
You can't have a turn
Now
order and music. What sort of
Roll20
production
is
do you think
mostly
this is?
spaghetti
Oh,
code,
Nikki
so-
Rain just gave me a Game Master reroll too. You guys are so nice to me tonight. What did I do to
Either-
you?
Nikki,
Either
call
I
me your
picked the
friend.
initiative or
I'm
the
up to
jukebox. but I
9.
can't have both.
Guys, we're still gonna die.
Hey,
No.
so let's see here. So Walken's gonna bonus action and once more turn his lower body into basically that sort of genie cloudy form you all have seen, and is going to fly 30 feet straight up into the air.
Wait, come back. Quick, don't leave us.
And then once I am up and a little more out of harm's way, you're gonna fire off a couple of Eldritch Blasts,
Okay.
going at spawn 1 and spawn 2.
You got it. Eldritch Blast.
We got number 1
That's
and
gonna
number
hit.
2.
They both hit.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna pump that 1d8 of radiant on each of those.
Okay, you got it.
So on
You never
Vampire
did smash
1,
the fly. It had to be once per turn.
Okay, before you spend that D8, I will
Okay.
tell you that when you hit this vampire spawn 1, the vampire screams out in pain and is thrown back and all of a sudden bursts into flames and then kind of just starts melting and turning to like black tar onto the ground in front of you.
okay.
It's destroyed.
Well, that's gross.
So, second one, Vampire 2 is going to take 6 force, 4 thunder, and 2 radiant. And
Clean
get
up on Isle Graveyard.
and gets knocked back 10 feet.
Knocked back 10 feet. Okay. I'll say probably in this direction.
That's not very good.
And took radiant damage.
Yep.
So with that Eldritch Blast, this one goes knocked back away from Hazel to create a little bit of space for Hazel. Anything else?
He's working a little rough, wanted to give her a little breathing room.
Anything else?
Nope, I think that's, let me just check what my flight speed is. I think it's just 30 feet. Yep.
All right. So Eldon, keyword, gets to go. He only really has a shot on one of these guys because of you guys all being kind of in the way. So he steps out from Hazel and is going to do same thing he did before. He's going to guiding bolt this one at level 1 and hits with a 17 as this beam of radiant light comes shooting out from the palms of his hands. 14 radiant damage. That vampire looks extremely hurt and bloodied. And Eldon's going to do what he did before and dive back behind the massive direwolf. Because that seems like a safe place.
Funny what seems safe when you're surrounded by vampires.
That's right. Selena, we're back up to the top of the round with you.
I'm gonna swipe at spawn number 2, please.
Okay, you got it.
Don't think a 12's gonna hit.
He dodges out of the way at the last second. But then you're able to come around and strike true with your second shot.
That's gonna be 6 piercing damage.
A little bit of damage.
Did you want to add the 1d8 radiant or no?
You can add the radiant if you'd like.
Yeah, let's try and get rid of that guy.
Okay. Just go ahead and roll a d8 and you. Whoa! Look at that. There you go.
Maximum damage.
8 points of extra radiant damage to that vampire, looking extremely hurt but still in the fight. That ends your turn.
Yes.
All right, Vampire Spawn 2 seeing that Hazel was the last one to strike, is going to go ahead and claw at, or excuse me, Selena. Gonna claw at Selena. 24.
That's gonna hit.
Oh, this one is not baned, so that wouldn't affect
No.
it. It's gonna choose to grapple you instead of deal damage. So you are kind of bound up as this vampire's looming over the back of your neck, and it's going to try to make a bite attack.
Ooh.
A 15 to hit.
No, it's not gonna hit.
So you kind of shift around a little bit, and this vampire's trying to bite at your neck. Unable to straight true.
No touching.
Get off me! Bring us to odd.
Sorry, real quick on Vampire 2, add 4 damage back to it. I forgot Genie's Wrath is only once per turn.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm only left with 3, 4, and 2. I'm going to try another Lunar Flame for 3 and 4. If you want to do 2 deck saves, 16.
3 and 4, you got it, yep. Dexterity saving throws. Natural 20 on the first. 12. That one will fail.
Alright, so that's going to be, let's see my damage here. Oop. Oh, it's a terrible roll. 5 radiant damage.
5 radiant damage.
Shazam.
That does take
At least it's radiant.
It's radiant damage.
Alright. Forrest, I'm gonna give you Master Tactics against Vampire 3. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Hazel, it's up to you.
Hazel, displeased that Vampire Spawn 2 went after her friend, she's gonna, and is holding her, she's gonna go up to Vampire 2 and bite.
Alright.
See, I don't have the background music, so I appreciate it, Hazel.
Natural 20. Look at that. Critical
Now I have a
hit.
question.
Mhm.
If I do the D8 on that, does that double?
It does.
Just doing it.
I mean, is it alive first?
Well, let's see let's see how much damage you did. So is that 11 plus 6 before you roll?
Oh.
So is that 11
11.
plus 6?
11
So,
piercing, and then 6
17 total?
critical. So it was 17, and then
Yep.
5
It wouldn't have been enough. It wouldn't have been enough to kill it.
and then I rolled a 5 on the radiant die. I only rolled 1.
Yep.
But if we're
if you
doubling it,
wanna-
that'd be an extra 10.
Well,
that.
you'd have to roll 2.
Okay, I'll roll it.
I don't do what Matt does.
Right.
Matt always doubles the die. I
11.
like
Oh, even better for you.
That's
Even
it.
better.
So 11 radiant damage. This vampire is barely holding on.
Can I just say my
As-
teeth are just dug into its side while it's holding on to Selena, so it can't
Yeah, just
really
like
run?
screaming in rage with its claws into your fur.
Yeah. That's fine.
Anyone else here in Rob Schneider from Little Nicky? You can do it! Bite it!
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to do, and it didn't
Yes.
take enough damage. So yeah.
Oh man, that vampire is very bloodied, bringing us to Forest.
Gonna move around these guys to over here.
Okay.
And you gave me advantage on number 3, right? So I'll take a swing at that guy.
Okay. .22 will definitely hit.
13.
13
And-
damage.
He hasn't taken any radiant damage this turn, so I'll go ahead and add to that.
Okay.
1 radiant damage.
1 radiant, but hey, that's okay.
And I'll take my second attack.
That radiant still hurts him in the long run. 16 does hit. For 15 damage.
I'm not gonna add any to this one. I'll just
Okay.
take the 50.
You got it. Vampire teeters back, bumping into Odd. Get off me. Vampire spawn.
You'll die on your own time.
Is not able to regenerate this turn. Turns around towards Forest. Claw attack. Natural 20.
Your third one tonight already?
The dice are being good to me. You take 17 slashing damage, Forest, as this one finds a weak spot in your armor. And now another claw attack. This one will definitely miss, as you're able to shift yourself out of harm's way this time. And at the end of its turn, it no longer has that radiance on. Yeah. And Vampire Spawn 3 is next to go. It's going to... Well, Forrest, you attacked it last. It's going after you, Forrest. A natural 20!
No.
Are you actually kidding me right now?
Hey, Michael.
16,
Hey, GM.
16 slashing damage. And it's going to attack you again. I don't think an 18 is going to do it.
It will not.
You block it with your shield as it comes after you. Hissing with its fangs bared on over top of your shield. You know, trying to do whatever it can to claw and bite at you. Orcon, you're up next.
Okay. So this is going wonderfully.
Spawn 2's barely hanging in there, at least.
Okay, so Orcon is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So fly over this way a little bit. And then going to take 2 more Eldritch Blast shots. One down at Vampire Spawn 2 that's holding on to Selena. And one onto Vampire Spawn 3.
You got it.
Okay, so on Spawn 2. Nope, that's a dagger. That's not what I want.
That hits.
28. That is going to be 10 force damage and 4 thunder damage.
This was to Spawn 2.
Yep, this is onto the one that's got a hold of Selena.
And with that, the Vampire Spawn bursts into flames, and much like the other one, just kind of dissolves into a black tar.
And it would be knocked back 10 feet, so I'm hoping that it's knocked away and not like dissolving on top of Selena.
Oh, yeah, it's more like a spray of black goo that just goes flying backwards away from Selena.
Okay, and then on Vampire Spawn 3, got a 23.
Yes, that will hit too.
And I'm going to throw my last Radiant thing on there because I've already used it. Oh, wait, no, I didn't have to use the first one, so I've only used one. So I'm going to use one of my remaining ones on this.
Okay.
That is 12 force damage and 1 radiant.
And 1 radiant. 1 radiant damage. Yeah, that vampire is definitely looking very hurt and now is glimmering with this radiant light, but is still in the fight. I think that will end your turn.
Yep, that'll end.
All right, Eldon. Move 30 feet is going to go... He's going to get to about here, and he's going to fire a guiding bolt at the other vampire that is not beaming with radiant light currently. So he's going to fire a guiding bolt again. Let's see how it goes. Level 1 hits for 10 radiant damage. And now this one is also glimmering with that radiant light. I think Guiding Bolt gives next person who attacks it advantage. Am I correct on that? Okay.
Yep.
Yep. True.
And that will...
Perfect setup.
Eldon's going to stay there, bring us to Selena's turn. Selena, you are no longer grappled, as the one that was grappling you has been turned to goo.
Hazel, you got a lot of goo after this. I don't know if you want to taste test that one, though. Seems a little...
Hazel's just going, it tastes bad! It tastes bad!
Do not recommend 0 out of 10. I'm going to take a swipe at Vampire 4.
Alright, you have an advantage on this attack because of the Guiding Bolt. 23 hits. 8 piercing damage.
And then... I'm gonna do another attack with that.
That will hit as well. A couple more damage. Selena just keeps on moving the rapier back and forth, Zorro style, just putting a little scratches into this vampire.
And I'd also like to use Distracting Strike on Vampire 4.
Okay.
So I need to roll a d10.
That's damage. Okay.
So whoever attacks number 4 next will get a +6.
Oh, look at that. +6 on the attack roll.
Yes.
No, I think you just deal 6 damage to it, and then it gives the
Yeah.
next attack advantage against it.
Yeah, it gives advantage.
Yes.
The next attack
I read
roll
that
against the
backwards.
target by an attacker other than you has advantage. Oh, that's cool.
But it does also do the 6 piercing damage on top of it.
Yeah, I did add that to it. All right.
And
So
that's
Selena
gonna end
seems
my
to be
turn.
distracting this vampire from the rest of the battle that's taking place. Odd, what would you like to do?
Let's go ahead and do Lunar Flame against Dex save 16.
On both of them?
Yep.
All right. The one above is going to fail,
Yay.
and the one below is natural 20.
What do we have, 6 now?
That's amazing.
Michael.
Like, I never roll like this.
Michael, hear me out here.
Restart your roll 20.
What if I wanted to use one of your DM rerolls?
I don't think it doesn't work that way, Camacho. I'm sorry. That's not the way this rules. I don't make the rules. I just kind of follow them.
All right, the one above takes 13 radiant damage.
13
healing.
radiant damage. Yep.
And then bonus action. See, the next person to attack. Which one gets advantage, Selena?
The one below.
Number 4.
The one below.
4, yes.
So
That one already has advantage set on it, so.
yeah, so gonna give Hazel advantage against the one on number 3.
I think you already have it because of pack tactics, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do have.
I already
pack
have pack tactics, so give it to somebody else.
Then I guess Orkin, you can have advantage on number 3 if it lives that long.
Alrighty then.
That brings us to Hazel.
Hazel's gonna run around to keep blocking Eldon from the vampires,
He appreciates that.
and will attack this one next to Selena and
Okay.
pack tactics. So I will roll advantage, which
Advantage.
I'll probably need that advantage.
Looks like it.
Will, looks like it.
D&D does not like rolling advantage for me. 14, does that hit?
Fortunately, a 14 does not. Do you want to expend any resources?
No,
No?
I don't like taking them. So
Okay. Sure. The bite misses.
It
The
feels
spawn is able to dodge out of the way.
I was more concerned with blocking Eldon, so it's fine.
Okay. You got it. Forrest, that brings us to you.
I think I'll keep going away at number 3 to start here.
Okay. $16 hits.
Alrighty. 14 slashing.
14 slashing damage. This one is on the cusp of falling over, Forrest, but it's still
If it's that
hanging
close,
in
I'll add the radiant damage.
at the radiant damage.
Oh,
And that's
Not a
enough
lot.
to do it. As this one also bursts into bright flames, screams out in pain, and melts into a black sludge.
might as well attack the other one then.
Go for it. I think you would have advantage on this one, right? Is it Selena's ability that she used?
Well, I think that still
Or does-
got used
Oh,
by...
did get used.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. 25 still gonna hit.
Another 14.
Another 14 damage.
I think I'll save my last d8 though.
All right. That brings us to the vampire spawn does not regain any hit points. is going to use an action to disengage and starts to run.
Yeah, about that. Can't disengage away from Sentinel.
Can't disengage away from Sentinel?
I think so, right? I can still...
No, they can disengage.
Even if they use their action to disengage? I thought disengage made it clear for them to...
Creatures provoke opportunity attacks from you, even if they take the disengage action.
Okay, well you still have to hit them to stop them from moving.
True.
And a 14 is not going to do it.
Let's see. I'll add a D6 inspiration to that.
Okay, you got it. Roll your
Let
D6.
him run. I'll chase him down.
4. We'll turn that into a hit, so it will not run. Well, it'll run to here. It can't get out of your attack range. So that's all the farther that vampire will get and take 10 points of damage in the process. As they desperately try to get out of harm's way, but cannot. And I'll take one of those D6s away from you guys. Alright, Orcon, it's your turn.
Okay. So we're just gonna fly over a little bit here. 5, 10, 15.
Things escalated quickly, and you can tell this vampire is trying to desperately get away from you guys.
Yep. So Khan's gonna fly over here and once more. Actually, wait a minute. How close do I have to be for that one? I am just checking one of my actions. Okay. Yeah, so bonus action, I'm going to try to shove this vampire spawn towards Hazel.
Okay.
And a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw?
Yep.
So, do you have to, like... Isn't that part of, like, hitting it with something, or is that just you just...
No, so this is, as a bonus action, I can try to telekinetically shove a creature.
Oh, okay.
When you do so, target must succeed on a strength save or be moved 5 feet towards or away from you.
23, natural 20.
Hey, so it's there. Which has now pissed Orkin off, and 2 Eldritch Blasts are coming at him. 1 and 2.
And both hit.
Okay, so first one is 6 Force and 4 Thunder.
All right.
Knocks it back 10 feet.
Knocks it back 10 feet. It can only go about 5 until it runs into the massive direwolf behind it.
Next hit is 15 force damage.
15.
And is knocked back into the direwolf again.
Yeah. That vampire is looking very, very bad off. And there has a looming wolf just growling over its shoulder.
And use the last little bit of my movement to get here.
Eldon, I can't click on Eldon because I got a wolf in the way. Here we go. Eldon steps back and is just going to go ahead and try to use a... I believe he has Sacred Flame.
Be a little surprised if he did.
Use a Sacred Flame, so I need a Dexterity save against... Well, not his Dexterity save.
Don't bother Eldon. They all roll 20.
A 25, it will save. So the Sacred Flame does not take hold on the vampire, and Eldon's going to move back behind the dire wolf, bringing us back to
flag on
Selena.
play.
That's right. What would you like to do, Selena?
You're muted, twin.
Sorry, Alice was playing with the bones, so I muted myself. I'm gonna move on the other side of the vampire. Try and block its exit.
All right.
And then take 2 attacks at it. So
That will
16 to hit for 4 damage.
He's still
And
up.
an 11 will not hit. And
You have
I'm
advantage
going
due to flanking.
Well,
What was that?
we haven't been doing flanking rules on this
Oh,
campaign. So you still can spend some resources if you like. You guys have a lot of things up there that the chat has gifted you.
And not necessary at this point.
Yeah, now it's bloody and dead.
I think that's all I'm gonna do for this turn.
Right. You got it. Odd. That brings us to you.
Okay, now explain this divine radiance thing to me while I'm walking slowly towards this last
If you
remaining vampire.
If you hit with an attack, you can spend it to roll a d8 radiant damage on top of your attack.
Okay. Oh, it looks like a 12 to hit.
12 to hit.
Yeah.
Ray of
since-
Sickness is ranged, and you would have disadvantage
Oh,
on that one anyway.
I would have
Yeah.
disadvantage. So I'm gonna do that twice. Sorry. So 12 to hit.
Yep.
Let me go ahead and add my proficiency bonus, which is gonna be 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Alright.
For the using the proficiency bonus.
So this ray of sickness is a little bit special because it's lunar embodiment, so it comes out as a moonbeam towards him.
Okay.
You're gonna need a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here it comes. 21.
21. All right. It's gonna be he passes his saving throw to be poisoned. However, he still takes the damage, which will be
Okay.
25 poison damage. And I just want to gently whisper to him, tell Sangora we said hello. And
as you
release
whisper,
all 3 of the radiant charges into him for an additional.
and at
12,
first,
so
when the ray of
37.
sickness hits, you see like this black and green like ichor kind of start to like climb all over the vampire spawn as it falls to a knee, and then you're whispering that into its ear as the extra divine and radiant damage starts to like light up the inside of the mouth, and the beams start like shooting out the vampire's mouth and eyes and ears, and then it just blasts, and you guys are sprayed with the black ichor mist in front of you as this thing just explodes.
Can't win.
And you guys are out of encounter.
See, this is why I'm flying up here. It's much cleaner.
Survived.
Hazel's just doing the dog thing where she's just like, bleh, like the dog ate something bad and is now making weird noises in the corner.
I put a hand on Selena's forehead and prestidigitation to clean. Ooh.
Thank you. I vote we go hide somewhere. We need a
Yeah,
break.
We need a rest badly. That was my last spell slot.
DM, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
This tomb over here, this crypty building over here,
Mhm.
is that the Dolindar Tomb?
It is.
Hazel motions to it and goes, I can set us up. If we can't get out through that way, I can set us up with a safe place to rest if we go inside.
Well, since we intend on taking a rest, do you have any more chances to change shape?
I do. So I
Can you turn into something small and make sure it's clear before we walk in there? I'd hate to open the door and it's like, ha, surprise, another encounter. And Michael just goes,
If it's a safe place for me to stay, perhaps. Can Orkin look around real quick? Is there any like heavily like overbrushed area anywhere where the plants look like they're a little more wild?
Make a perception check.
Oh, that's right. You weren't here last week. It's the picture of where we are. Where is it?
What you're specifically describing, you don't really see anything like that, Orkin, around here.
Okay.
It's like a hellish wasteland. I wish I had the picture up.
I might be able to.
That's okay.
It'll be in our handouts, I think.
Yeah, if you scroll down to your handouts section, there should be a picture. I can't remember what it's titled though.
Looks like it's just Evernight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
Basically, it's a dark version of Neverwinter, where the water of Neverwinter River is actually a river of lava.
Yeah, Satan is part of the
Oh.
HOA.
Yes.
So, Orkin's sort of gonna fly over here, like just sort of hovering right above the ground,
Okay.
over by where Selena is.
Mhm.
And is there any, like, are there any lanterns or anything hanging on these or anything like that? On these-
No, not here.
Okay. I'm just gonna look over. We had somewhere I could put it. I could bring us all inside the lantern to take a rest. It's perfectly safe. But the
I'd
lantern
hate-
would remain where I set it, and I'd rather not
I'd
leave
hate
it.
I hate to suggest it, but isn't that a coffin over there by you?
I mean, yeah, is it open? This coffin over here, is it open?
Oh yeah,
Is there a lid near it?
yeah, it's laying right beside it.
Okay. Well, if you'd like, I can set the lantern within the coffin. We can sort of set the lid on top. Give us a little hidey hole to take a rest.
It's dark and dreary, but I like it.
If you think it's safe, it's your resting
If there's
point.
any other option we got down here, I think.
So, Orkin's going to take the lantern off that he wears on his belt, lay it down with that, basically the eye of the lantern facing up, so you can see the storm cloud still rolling within it. Take the lid to the coffin and basically set it up so there's only about a half an inch or an inch gap, just enough so I can see the lantern. And then looking to our group and where I wasn't here, I'm assuming this guy is a friendly.
Yes.
Yes, he was the last person that you guys were looking for to save, and
Okay.
you guys stopped a ritual from happening, and then because you stopped the ritual, it bamps you here with him.
Okay. So that's, I think I can do up to 5. Let me just make sure.
5 additional or 5 including yourself?
I
Yeah.
believe it's 5 additional.
Okay.
Much better.
You can now choose up to 5
otherwise.
willing creatures that you see within 30 feet, and the chosen creatures are drawn into the vessel with you.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just look at everybody and say, "Huh, come along. And then
come along-
using
come along
the
where?
Pennies for spite,
Hazel just walks over all excited.
you all watch as what appears to be almost like a tornado starts to whirl from within this coffin. And as it basically drops down and starts to scoop us up. And then,
agree to
Eldon
this.
screams.
and then pulls us all in.
Wait, that is a good point. Eldon would be number 6. What are we doing with him?
No,
Well, it's-
that would be
it's
number 5 of the others. 'cause
5.
there's-
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. I
it's
counted.
like
I
it's
counted Michael. Like, come on in, Vecna.
The DM is also Eldon, so it's right.
I'm the vampire, and you just invited me in. I can.
Alright, so
Well, crap.
what do we see, Matt? How do you have this beautiful
So this,
dimension?
so
Yeah,
as
yeah. I
you-
want to. I
it
want to know
is-
what's inside this.
So basically, it's just a room that I can have furnished how I see fit.
Tell us.
So, as
Do
you come
tell.
in, picture just sort of a large, almost circular room. Have y'all seen Highlander, the movie?
It's
You
been a
know,
long time.
Connor McLeod's loft, that large circular couch where he has all the memorabilia from his ages around him. That is very similar to what you see in here. Sitting in the center of this large circular room with these just lined with couches is a massive sculpture of what looks to be an air elemental, or depending if your character would know, it is a djinn. Then around the room, just little different points. Trying to remember the names. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for this necessarily. There is a sculpture of a painting of a winged elven-looking woman that takes up probably a good third of the circular room. Just a massive portrait.
So you can see Eldon is kind of like just amazed and starts to kind of walking around the room, just like looking at everything slowly. And he starts kind of like, he does one of those things where he kind of like rubs his hand off like the top of the couch as he's walking around it and stuff. Just, you can see utter amazement upon his face.
Hazel, while we were tornado floating, would have turned back into herself, just so that she could be herself in this room, and because she's probably been in here at least once before, in the last year.
Yeah, definitely.
And when she gets in, she goes to what she calls her couch, whether Orcon likes it or not, and will plop into it, and looking at the picture of the lady, she blows it a kiss, and then just settles in, gets all cozy.
Well, still as a wolf, obviously.
No, I changed back to
Oh,
my
you did?
verbal. Yeah, changed back to verbal form, so she does all this like, this is fine, and just gets comfy.
Orcon, are there any like cushions and stuff, or is it just like couches?
Oh no, just like you would imagine. Little throw cushions here and there, different spots. Enough so if you wanted to lay down and actually get a long rest in here, you've got pillows you could lay your heads on. I mean, all your belongings come in with you. So anything you've got in your pack, bedrolls, stuff.
Selena's gonna grab 2 of the throw pillows and just plop them on the couch on the floor next to Hazel, and just plop into them and like make her own like pillow fort.
Once Selena is all set up in front of Hazel, Hazel would probably just like pass down to Selena like her wine skin to see if the halfling wants any as an offer, and then it's been a long day and just kind of is comfy.
Cheers. Thank you.
Eldon kind of sits down on the couch and kind of kicks his feet up. I'm assuming there might be like a little place to rest your feet in front of the couch.
Yeah, anything you can think of that. Basically just like the epitome of a luxury sitting room.
Nice. He just kind of throws his hands like back behind his head a little bit and starts to relax. It's like, wow, it's amazing finding this kind of solace in such a place so dark.
Yeah, it's better than I was hoping for.
Truly, I love what you've done with the place, Orkin.
Oh, it comes in handy. I don't like to do it often, though, because it does leave the my focus out in the open. But as you said, we found a coffin, so
Yeah, you gotta hope it's not a vampire's coffin.
Right.
Hazel just slow turns to look at Forrest.
I mean, it's a bit late to worry about it now.
Eldon's like, so what if somebody does close the lid while we're in here?
but when we are ejected out of the vessel, I mean, there's an awful lot of us to fit in that one coffin.
Yeah, I imagine the coffin will break before we do.
Yes.
If I go first, I can always turn into something big on the outside to break it faster if we have to.
Another fun little fact, if we're only taking a short rest in here, anyone who spends at least 10 minutes in here, when you roll a hit die, you get to add your proficiency bonus on top of your hit die as well.
Whoa, that's awesome.
So what are we thinking? A long or a short?
I mean, how long can we stay in here? Is there enough time for a long rest?
We can be in here up, I believe it's 8 hours. Let me double check.
So exactly enough time.
Exactly enough time for a long rest, yeah.
Hazel's already snoring.
Save my creature. No,
And
that's
then how much is rent?
Eldon's like, is there anything to eat in here by chance? It's been a long time since I had a half-decent meal.
There was a wolf, but it went away.
twice my proficiency bonus.
Hazel's just gonna growl in her sleep.
Yeah, she reacts to things, but she's clearly already snoring.
Yeah, so it is 8 hours.
So DM approval, get a long rest.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm clicking it.
Yeah, you guys can. Yeah, you guys
No
will get a
takebacks.
long rest. Before Eldon falls asleep, though, Orkon, I'm assuming you have like some kind of plates of cheeses or fruits and vegetables like around that people can kind of munch on.
It doesn't
At the very least, have some
specify,
field
so I'm
rations.
not
Doesn't
sure.
specify. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I'd say I'd probably be taking out like my rations and the food that I brought with me from the city and start making food.
Okay. Yeah, Eldon kind of munching on some of the food as everybody else is kind of passing out and taking their rest. He kind of looks at you, looks over at the painting, and says, "That is a beautiful framed piece. Is it? Who is that?"
Okay. So this is for player. Has the party incited this person? What do we? How is the party feeling about this individual?
Pity, because he was in a cage and we were trying to stop it, and that's as far as we got before we got teleported. And then this
So
is
basically, we walked into the room. He was elevated above like 8 cultists, along with their minions. They were all chanting, and we saved them. So didn't really do an insight check because of his situation. Figured right off the bat, and it was like, yeah, this guy's
And-
definitely a victim.
he's the one that we were sent to rescue, so we're
Oh.
just operating under rescue.
And you wouldn't
I'm
know
not-
because you weren't here. We have advantage on insight checks.
Oh yeah, I forgot to share that with you. Does anybody have that? So you guys have. I can pull it up really quick.
And I'm not
once
sure what
they
happens to
Invisibility.
your
No, once
pet.
they see invisibility.
Yeah, once a day, see invisibility spell, and you have advantage on any insight check you make from here on out.
Okay.
But
And
yeah, I
I'll
can't
send
recall what
you- I'll
happens to
send
your
you-
pet, Bitey.
Okay. So
Bitey got left behind.
Bitey got left behind.
Oh, Bitey.
the
Or
Orchid
Bitey.
is going to make an insight check before answering this, just to see, like, do I get the feeling I can trust this guy?
Sure. Yeah,
So that is that's a 12.
Ooh, ooh.
a 12. Yeah, he doesn't really seem like he's. It seems like he wouldn't be able to trust him.
And then is everyone else seem to be asleep yet, or
Yeah, I'd
No, I'm
say.
gonna-
With probably the people that are probably pretty badly hurt would probably fall asleep pretty.
Yeah,
pretty
Hazel
quickly.
wouldn't have fallen asleep that fast because her wolf form was more hurt than her.
okay?
She's mostly snoring for the sake of telling everybody to be quiet so Selena and others can sleep. It's kind of like the fake snore sleep, so she's
Right.
probably like half awake right now. Orcon would
What
be able to tell.
about Forest, Odd, and Selena?
As a part of a long rest, you can compose a new tune and lyrics for your instrument. You might use this ability to impress a noble or spread scandalous rumors. So I am going to compose a little tune on my flute quietly in my corner while you guys get your rest.
I'd say I'm probably like slumped over on a couch, but I'm not like asleep just yet.
I'm taking some time before I rest and sleep to kind of sketch out kind of what we've seen and make some notes and
Okay, so
write down everything.
Orcon would be being quiet, but my guess is where no one's asleep. Pretty much anyone who's half paying attention would probably start to hear this. And only one of you is already aware of anything that's going to be said here. So, give me a moment. I have to find my notes on it. Okay. Okay, there it is. Okay, so as Orkon is sort of sitting there with him, and you can see he looks down a little bit, then looks back up, and he says, that is my wife. That is Kasei.
Kasei.
Yes, she is a member of the Sealy Court. We met many years ago, and the druid, perhaps you're familiar with the Adrifenia.
A bit, yes.
She was a rather prominent member of them on Evermeet in the Feywild. We met many years ago. And unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've been able to see her.
Eldon kind of taking cues that this might be a little bit too deep of conversation for someone you guys had kind of just come across. You can see he kind of like lets it go and starts to teeter back and looks towards Selena, who's writing in a notebook. It's, oh, and he like starts pat. Gosh, I used to have a notebook as well. Stinking cultists. I think they took it from me.
Is this it? Because we still have the notebook from the Great.
Oh, that's it.
Oh. Here you go.
Oh, yes. It has some... I'm taking some important notes in here. Thank you for returning it to me. He starts like kind of meandering through his notes.
Once he's done looking at all of his notes, Selena would probably ask him to sign in her book, just to say that we found him, and probably ask him if there's anything she should add to his like page that she's gonna dedicate to him, because that's what she's been doing with a lot of it. Some of what we've met has gotten more than one page, but little chatterbird.
That was actually completely the wrong one that I was gonna click. Sorry.
Eldon gladly like writes down his name inside your book, and thanks you once again, over and over again, for coming to his aid. Why don't we save any of the extras till like we can make sure that we get out of here? We got to get back first.
Yeah.
But you guys all kind of drift off to sleep here in this moment, and you all get your long rest. And
I do want to mention, just in case it matters, I am able to see and hear outside the lantern's location, as if I was sitting right there.
Okay, gotcha. No, nothing comes by. You think your hiding place was a very good place to hide, so you're all good. Now, after the 8 hours, what happens? You all just go bursting out of this thing?
Essentially, yeah, we all just
get unceremoniously ejected.
So a tornado vortex spew of all of you just goes flying out of the coffin here in the graveyard as you guys land next to the coffin, all kind of like piling up on top of each other. Fully rested. Now, I'm assuming, like, inside, the time still is the same as it is on the outside, correct? It's not like...
I would assume so. It doesn't specify.
Doesn't say.
So
Okay, yeah.
Spend 8 hours in there. I'm guessing time would pass.
Time would pass. You got it.
Yeah, somehow these birds got into your dimension. I don't know. It's weird.
It happens. Next time they pop in, we can have a fresh dinner.
Right.
So you guys have been ejected back into the Shadowfell.
Oh no, dog pile. Ah.
Gonna go collect my lantern, put it back on its holder on my waist.
Okay. Feeling refreshed, what do you do now?
I mean, I can do what Odd asked and get super small and go inside if you all want me to see if there's something bad in there.
It's probably a smart idea. Give us an idea of what we're potentially walking into.
Is Orkin still flying?
Probably
Not anymore. I'm not currently, but I
Okay.
can do it again very easily.
No, I was just wondering because of the icon. I was like, oh.
Oh, oops. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
If
Well,
that's
sounds-
that's what everyone wants her to do, then what do I have?
What you gonna turn into?
I don't think we have it on here. Because I wasn't planning to use it much as we got into later stuff.
Chupacabra.
Let me just see. Is there any like broken windows, or is this door locked or anything, Michael?
So as you
That's the
go
first
to
issue.
the door, let me double check. The roof supported by stone pillars extends from the Dolindar Tomb into the weedy yard of uneven earth. The stone door to the tomb is engraved with the word Dolindar above it. Doesn't seem to have any locks on it.
There's no like opening. I guess what
Yeah,
she's
there's no
something she could just slip into.
cracks or anything like
No,
that.
you'd have to open the door.
Okay, so no matter what, we have
even
to open the door.
even a little bit to get inside.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
mind if I just mage hand it?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cast mage hand and open the door from a safe distance.
Okay.
Orphan's backing up in case anything jumps out too and readying an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna be
so-
like in front of the door.
Hazel's
the-
flanking the other side of the door.
Thank
So the
God
door-
Michael is nothing like James because I accidentally shot an old lady like that because I didn't specify what I was readying it for.
The door creaks
Neither did I.
loudly as the mage hand opens it, and it opens into a small room that looks like, with the little bit of light that's shining into the room, it's very dark in here, but you can see a little bit inside. There's a steep spiral staircase that leads downward. So it's just a small room with a spiral staircase that goes down.
I like to cast light on a small pebble and
Okay.
then have my mage hand pick it up and wander into the tomb to see if we can see anything prowling.
Yeah, as the light goes inside and illuminates the room, you don't see anything prowling.
All right.
Just spiral
I-
stairs going down.
I rainbow six it over to Arkin.
Have a
Orphan's
talk
going
about what you mean by these one of these days.
Orphan's
I forgot. I
start-
forgot to fill you in on what it means before doing it. Sorry.
And as Orca walks up to Orca, I don't have a clue what it means either, but I'm one of the few who can see in the dark, so
I mean, it's
Yeah.
you or me,
Yeah,
so
that's
let's
right.
go on.
Orcan's going to start walking in.
Okay. Yeah. You just walk into the small room. There's the spiral staircase leading downward
Oh, okay.
with a mage hand holding a glowing pebble.
Odd
Lena's
dramatically
gonna-
rolls in.
Bring up the rear with our friend,
Okay.
just in case he tries to run.
Oh yeah. He's coming in. He's coming with.
There's like nothing else in this room though, just the staircase.
Nothing else. Yeah, just a staircase.
Try to find cover against the wall.
So is this like almost like a well situation where if we wanted to jump straight down the middle, we could?
Not really. It kind of has like a bar that the staircase wraps around, so it's kind of tight there. There's no open spot. One thing that is kind of strange is like it's very clean in here.
No.
I put on my white glove and inspect.
No dust?
No dust.
Somebody was in here
Something
recently.
comes through here a lot.
Not only that, but you
No
may
no
wanna
no
talk to
spider
them.
webs in the corners. No
So,
weeds
is-
like creeping through and attached to the ground. No vines. It's like really clean.
Like the floor, it's not footprints. It's like a clean.
Yeah, it's very clean.
This is this is overly clean.
Yeah,
Something
there's
magical.
even the floor.
Something magical.
What is it? Do people magic their brooms to sweep up after themselves?
I
I
once
mean, you'd be
knew a man
surprised
that
what a
did.
wizard will do.
Unfortunately, the broom turned on him. It didn't end well. He was swept away. Off we go. And then I go towards the staircase.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll start walking down the stairs.
I look at around and going up, and then start going down the stairs.
As we're walking through, Hazel's probably just muttering under her breath the name Dolindar over and over again, as if that will make her remember anything. Can I roll a history check to see if I know anything about this family or why? Like, is there an equivalent tomb in Neverwinter? Like, that's kind of what Hazel's trying to remember.
Well, you probably wouldn't know anything from this. Even like you guys wouldn't have heard of this family at all. There wouldn't be anything to kind of check for at this moment.
Is this tomb in Neverwinter?
No.
Is there an equivalent? No. Okay.
So you guys
There-
start to go down. What's that?
I was gonna ask if there's any like pictures or anything on the walls, or is it just like kind of a straight shoot down with the stairs?
It's just straight shoot down with the stairs. That's it.
No
Nothing
symbols or
else.
carvings or anything on the stairs.
The only thing that was carved into it was above the stone door was in all caps was the name Dolindar. That was it. But you guys can see that as you get down to the bottom of the stairs, I'm assuming that the pebble is still illuminating. Odd, the pebble is still illuminating for those of you who don't have dark vision.
It is.
I'm
It
okay.
is. And my hand has one pinky raised, just to be clear.
Okay, gotcha.
Fancy mage hand.
Fancy.
Very
mage hand. Very, very fancy. Upright slabs are set into the walls of this large burial chamber. Each slab is carved with the faded likeness of a different robed human above indecipherable writing. One of these slabs is blank with a piece of paper stuck to it. And I'm going to take you guys to a new map so you guys can see exactly what this layout is. And hopefully you should be able to see yourselves right here.
I see.
Odd. I
mean,
don't
it's dark.
have like a mage hand for you, so I'm just going to give your token light.
Sure.
Let's do bright light 20 feet. I'll
Yep.
try to find
And
a
then
mage hand. It's
Dim
20.
an additional 20.
There you go.
Thank you. Oh, it's a long haul, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is there,
Not super long.
since Mage Hand can go out to 30 feet away, is there any way I can have an icon that I can control?
I'll find one. Animated spells. Oh. Arcane hand. We'll just use one of these arcane hands. Then I will give you control over it. First of all, it's going to emit some light. Save the settings and give you control of it. Can be controlled by. Come on, Joe. Everybody can see it, and that should work. See that hand over to the right? You should be able to grab it.
Oh,
Here, I'll put
nice.
it right in front of you. There you go. You should be able
Oh,
to
it
grab
blinded me. I'm gonna keep it just a one step in front of Forrest, just to make sure that
And then I'll turn
people
your
can see
light
what he's walking
on.
into.
Okay.
Wow, my health keeps dropping. I don't know why it won't stay at 70. There we go.
You said they're blank pieces of paper?
The paper is back here on this the farther one on the right. You gonna look closer to the paper?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm headed that way.
On the front of this slab, the piece of paper says Numi's room, written in common. Newmy''S. Numi's room.
Is it like pretty calligraphy? Is it chicken scratch? Is it like a kid wrote it?
It's pretty nice handwriting. And actually, as Selena and Hazel, as you guys are pondering over this, looking at it, all of a sudden, a ghostly form kind of pushes out through the slab and almost bumps into you. And oh, dear, I'm sorry. My apologies. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know anyone was in here.
Hazel just
No.
waves.
Ah,
Hi, sorry, I was gonna knock, but then you came out.
You
Are
guys,
you Numi?
You guys can see, standing in front of you, is a ghost of a once moon elf. Probably not quite 5 foot tall. She has frizzy blue hair and pale skin. And she's holding like a little, like a dusting little hand broom in her hand. She kind of just gracefully comes out of the wall. Oh, yes, I'm Numi. Numi. Who are you? I don't...
We got stuck here by accident, and we're looking for a way back home. Is there anything down here that could help us with that, Numi?
I'm not very sure, to be honest. I'm just the maid. I'm just hired here to clean.
Odd would like to throw a water skin in her direction, screaming, "The power of Lathander compels you."
Okay. You throw a water skin at her.
Yes.
It just goes through her and hits the wall behind her and then falls to the ground. Hey, watch it.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
he likes to think he's funny.
he's reactionary. He gets scared. Numi, who hired you?
Oh, the Dolindars.
Oh. Okay.
They paid me for several lifetimes of service.
So that's why you're here. Even
Yes.
Hazel gets quiet because she doesn't want to say even though you're dead.
Well, you do a wonderful job. I haven't even seen a specialist.
Yeah.
I work relentlessly. I got to keep the place, spick and span.
This is
Once
cleaner
the-
than my home.
What was that, Brady?
Hazel's just looking around going, this place is cleaner than any home I've ever been in, and it's just kind of like in shock. She didn't know things could get this clean. She's having a strange moment right now.
Orkin's gonna walk over. Are the Dolindars still alive by any chance? Or undead?
Well, I'll be honest. See, the Dolindars buried down here, they aren't really resting right. I don't know how else to explain it. It's been years since I've been past those doors. So I'm too scared.
Well, it sounds like you may be in need of assistance. Do you think we would be able to pass through those doors and take a look around?
I don't think they're locked, but just be careful. I mean, the Dolindars were all so lonely, just always griping about being alone. There weren't many of them. You know, they didn't like Evernight, but they couldn't leave it for some reason.
On hearing that, Selena's gonna ask her, now that she's kind of over the shock of seeing a ghost, because I don't think she's ever seen one before. Are you alone down here?
Well, other than the not resting spirits of the Dolindars, I'm bound to this place contractually.
But you haven't seen anybody else down here?
No. No one's come this way in a long time.
Numi, when you say they're not resting right, do you mean they're like you? Or like they're still in their bodies, but the bodies aren't doing what normal bodies do after they die?
That one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she like motions like vampire, like like that, or
Not-
like like a zombie?
It's not zombie, it's not rage, it's just utter sadness, utter loneliness has completely consumed their bodies and spirits. It's frightening.
I've actually heard of these creatures before. Ones that are based off of strong emotions, such as being lonely or being sad.
I think I have two. Aren't they called people?
Most people.
I also like to throw a water skin at Orkin. The power of Lathander compels you.
Organ's gonna catch and drink it.
Make an acrobatics check, working. Let's see if you catch it. Nope, it hits you in the face.
I believe they're called Sorrowsworn.
Selena's gonna feel bad because now they're making more work for Numi, and we just got here. All the water going everywhere.
We can help lay them to rest.
I'm certain we can have a conversation with these individuals.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Conversation, sure, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, by the power of Lathander.
Numi, are there any missing?
Are there any missing?
Downdoors?
Like I said, it's been years since I've been down there. I don't really know. The Dolindars that are behind these slabs, they're all resting right. It's the ones beyond the doors.
I think we should definitely go take a look then.
Yeah, I've got a feeling our way back is somewhere past these doors as it is.
Yeah.
And as Forrest says that, I think that's a good time for us to take our break for the evening. Hello, and thank you so much for hanging out with us here at Proficiency Bonus. Please take an opportunity to support our sponsors.
First up is Little Dragon Corp. Little Dragon Corp is an online storefront based in the Great White North of Canada. They sell everything your heart could desire, so long as everything your heart desires is largely polyhedral dice sets and other TTRPG sundries. Check them out for all of your dicey needs. Perhaps buy a lovely hardcover copy of one of these fine books. If you're feeling especially cute, You could treat yourself to a t-shirt or one of these fine little proprietary Little Dragon Corp dragon plushies. They've got all the classic types of dragon, like Mooney, Terra, Dad, whatever strikes your fancy over on Little Dragon Corp. Be sure to enter our special promo code BONUS at checkout for 15% off of your order. That's BONUS, BONUS, for 15% off your order. That's like if you made 7 individual purchases, you could basically buy anything you want on the store, and it's like it was free with all the money that you saved from earlier. I'm absolutely positive that's how math works, and I will be taking no questions at this time. Thank you, Little Dragon Corp.
Cardboard Castle Games is a brick-and-mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. They have a wide selection of tabletop gaming and other cool games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! You can visit them in-store and let them know that we sent you, or you can go visit their website at cardboardcastlegames.com.
Don't forget to find us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. Links to our social media pages and outlets are located below this video.
Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month.
While we are away, now is a great time to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's absolutely free, and there you will find hours upon hours of content to enjoy. Click the bell icon to activate notifications so you won't miss a single show. Once again, thank you for joining us. We hope you are enjoying the show, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Do we get a Numi icon?
No, I couldn't find it.
Okay.
Here, I'll do this. They have a token for Numi, but it's just the same as like the ghost image from the monster manual. So if you guys look on your map there, you'll see the Numi. It's not the same as the art in the book, so I don't know why they did that here on the Roll20 for some reason. But yeah, you see Numi is actually starting to go around and starting to clean up the mess that you guys have started to make a little bit from throwing water skins around. And
I would like to point out Orkin has picked up the water skin that Odd threw at him and is drinking it right now.
Okay.
It's science, okay?
It was blessed by Lathander, so it's
trying and error. Trial and error. All right.
Numi, should we be heading north or south?
It's been so long, I can't remember.
Okay, well, Odd. Shall we Rochambeau?
Sure. And then Odd's mage hand kind of just floats closer to him.
Go, man.
Yes, definitely pick one door and stick to it, I think.
Oh.
Both scissors.
Are we doing it 1, 2, 3, and then go?
1, 2, 3, then go.
Okay, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3,
go.
Both paper.
1, 2, 3,
go.
Both scissors.
You guys have been hanging out too much.
Get out of each other's heads. Oh, rock. That's it.
So wait, does that mean I get to choose, or you're stuck opening the door?
No, you get to choose. After you.
All right. Let's open the door by you then.
Okay.
Opening the south door.
I'm gonna take a look. Is this door locked?
It doesn't appear to be.
Okay. Does it appear to be trapped?
Make an investigation check.
No.
Should probably not be the. Oh wait, I got a +5 on this. I should be the one doing it.
You don't think it's trapped?
Okay. Well, looks safe to me, and gonna open it.
All right. And there's a staircase leading down into a chamber.
Okay. I'm going to very quietly start to creep down the stairs.
Okay. You do have dark vision, right?
Yep.
Okay.
120 in magical darkness.
So you can see that this vault contains 6 pedestals, each bearing treasure.
Ooh.
I'm going to look at the floor real quick. Okay. Does the floor look like it's flat, or is it raised, or...
It looks flat. Yeah, it doesn't... The floor doesn't seem to be... you can see at the base of the pedestals, it's like there's a square base at the bottom, and then the pedestals come up, and they each have something different sitting on top of them. At the base, at the bottom of the pedestals, you can see there's carvings in the bottom that say, what good are treasures when home is denied?
When home is denied.
Yeah. Orkin's going to look back and mention that to Forrest, who's standing behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as a bonus action, once more, I'm going to transform my lower body and start floating about 3 or 4 feet off the ground.
Okay.
And just fly into the room to start taking a look at what's on each of these pedestals.
Okay, yeah. So on one of them, you can see that there's roughly 2,200 gold pieces in neatly stacked piles. You can see on the second one, there's a golden helmet that looks like it could be worth quite a handful of gold coin as well. There is one that seems to be almost like a small orb that looks like it has some kind of map kind of carved onto it. And another pedestal has this necklace made out of gold that seems to kind of get thicker on one end and kind of go to 2 points and has like these little strands of like little beads on the end of it. The 5th one has a book resting upon it. And the 6th and final one has a very ornate snow globe with some kind of miniature replica city inside of it.
Does the carvings on the bottom of each one say the same thing?
Yes.
Okay, so come back over to Forest and basically relay the information over what each item was as I get closer to it. It mentions about them being worthless if home is denied.
Yeah, I'm not sure what home they mean.
Right, I mean, there's the orb that looks like a map, and then there's a snow globe that has a city in it.
Does the city
Not
look
sure.
like any city you've ever seen?
And does it look like a city I've seen?
Do you want to closely inspect it?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, you can go and closely inspect it. Yeah.
Don't pick anything up yet.
It looks like Neverwinter.
Okay, so from over here, yeah, it looks like Neverwinter.
I wonder if this is a family from Neverwinter that got their whole tomb got shifted here to the Shadowfell.
Hazel, hearing that, would back slowly out of the tomb, or out of the hallway, and go over to Numi, who's cleaning.
Yeah.
Hey, Numi?
Yeah.
Sorry to bother you while you're cleaning up my friend's mess, because my friends are messy.
It's really all there is to do around here. It's okay.
Okay. The Dolindars.
Yes.
What city did you and them call home?
Well, Neverwinter was their home, but they got banished here for some reason, and they couldn't ever return.
Oh, they got banished out of Neverwinter completely.
Yes.
Were they banished by Lord Neverember or his family?
I don't really know, to be honest.
Okay.
If home is denied, home being denied would be banishment.
Yeah, Hazel nods.
As I'm inspecting this, can I just take a few and check and see if it's trapped? Like if there's a pressure plate on any of these?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'm not going to get that lucky twice, but... Where is... Or maybe I will.
None of these pedestals appear to be trapped to you, Orkhan.
Hey, you said there was one that looked like it had about 2,000 gold on it?
Yep.
Selena, go grab some gold.
Orkhan's just
I
going to
see?
go over and just sort of sweep it into his pouch.
Okay. You can add 2,200 gold pieces to your inventory.
Selena's gonna be
Sure.
hesitant because they're already restless and upset. Is taking more of their treasure when they're already unhappy gonna be worthwhile?
They don't know.
Is Numi
then-
watching?
Numi's
She's cleaning.
cleaning. And she told you she doesn't really go beyond the doors. She sticks to the hall and the portico.
And after scooping all the gold, is going to take everything else up and bring it right over to Forest at the door.
Okay.
Suddenly have my
Orkhan has this like handful of items filling both of his arms, and as he rushes up.
I'm going to turn the helmet over, put the orb in the helmet, put the snow globe on top of that.
Excellent.
I feel like the snow globe will actually be helpful if they're missing their home.
Right, but this is lovely helm. I mean, look at hand of the orb. Try to put the helm on over the mask.
Do not put anything on.
You feel like a Roman gladiator. Orkun strikes a quick pose as the camera zooms in.
Choose your fighter.
Did someone close the door? What just happened?
Oh no, I moved the light
hand.
into the hallway.
Okay. I was like, why is it dark? Hey!
Orkun, you did notice
Shut
that
out the
there was
light!
another, in that room, there is another stairwell leading down that goes back to the north from that chamber as well.
And circle around and...
Nothing looks trapped, so I'm gonna step into the room.
There's another stairwell over here in the corner that leads down. There's another door on it, though.
Odd, your token upside
when
down.
one thing I
Yeah,
forgot, when
I don't know how.
Odd, you're very odd right now as you...
Yeah, I don't know how I turned myself upside down, but I
I
did.
don't know how you did either, and your bubble thing for how to put tokens on there is blocking my I can't grab it to turn it the other way.
I think his token is set as artwork, because you can rotate.
It shouldn't be. I mean, all tokens have the that thing, but the way he's got
Wait,
it,
I see it.
No, there's a
I got
little
it.
bubble.
There
There's a bubble
you go.
right up.
I
top.
fixed it. Yeah, I got it now. All right.
Orkun, one thing I forgot to mention,
time.
that necklace that you picked up when you picked it off the pedestal, you could see that it has an inscription on it.
Yep.
And the inscription says, "My breath is yours, Kaveta. Take it."
Okay. Orkun is going to give everything except for that to Forrest.
Okay. In the book that you picked up, the title of it is Out of the Endless Prison.
Okay.
That ring a bell for anyone?
No, but I'll
but
take
if
it.
Maybe a way out of here.
If anybody would like to make a history check upon it, you may.
Not
Sure,
great at
I'll-
those.
I'll go for it.
Me, please.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll roll one because I picked it up.
Oh.
And apparently I'm familiar with it.
Natural
You guys got it.
20. Orkun and Selena. This is actually a book that talks about outlining methods of escaping the prison plane of Carceri. You don't know much about the details of it, but you would know that this book is probably worth a ton of money to somebody who is really into planar travel and things like that. Perhaps even Eldon or another one of the people that you met would be interested in adding this to their library.
It's our cellmate.
Something to consider if we ever make it back.
We're going to make it back.
These other items that we found, like the helmet and all that, do they look like they might be magical in any way?
Possible. You have anything that would tell you that they're magical?
I mean, I could cast detect magic.
Oh, this was that group that doesn't have the identify spell, isn't it?
We sure are.
Any who can see her coming down in the stairs or whatnot, you could see Orkun is staring at this necklace with the engraving on it.
So we decided that we're moving in that direction as a group, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the door we
have-
chose
have
to
you-
go through.
Have you deemed it safe?
But not for the moment. Kicking down every door has been a problem.
Rod
in the
slams
past,
the door.
so.
Orkun? And
Yes.
Hazel will put a hand on his shoulder, reaching up since he's floating a little. Actually, no, he'd probably be my height now. I don't know. Height's weird right now. I'm tall
Yeah, I'm
for one.
probably about eye level to you at this point.
She puts a hand on his shoulder and looks at the necklace that he was looking at. You good?
Yeah, turn it over and show the inscription.
Does
And
that
given
ring a
what
bell?
Hazel knows about Orkun, probably knows where Orkun's head is.
Yeah. She just squeezes his shoulder a couple times. Save it.
We will get there. It's just... And watch as he just sort of pulls up and You can see the shoulders perk up a little bit more, and it seems like he's trying to put on a little bit more of a front again.
She just winks at him, like playfully, like, we'll be fine.
Yes, I have no doubt. We have to get our new friend home.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I miss food that doesn't taste like tar.
I don't suppose our friend could tell us if anything happens to be magical.
And does he have the identify spell?
Eldon? I don't think he does. Let me see.
Identify not
Probably
likely.
not. I think I
I don't think he has
don't think it's a
identifier.
cleric spell. It's a cleric
Nope.
knowledge domain.
Nope. Unfortunately, he does not have it.
We tried.
He kind of looks at you. So, I'm sorry. I'm not. I can't
Useful.
do these things. I'm not useful.
Is there anything else left in this this room?
It looks like Orcon got everything.
Typical.
he
I
cleaned the
don't know what
house.
you mean. Forest has everything. I've just got this necklace.
Forrest, if you need to put some stuff in my bag, I can always put it back in here
I
later.
mean, it's mostly small things and a helmet. It'll be all right for now.
Okay.
Oregon.
He
Meanwhile,
careful with that
Orkin's over
necklace.
with
He's
Hazel,
throwing the beads.
giving out gold.
Cha-ching! Yeah, that's right.
Suddenly, Hazel is a tiny little halfling with green hair for half a second. It's fine.
Can I listen to this door?
Of course, make a perception check.
Oh!
Ooh. You hear nothing.
Alright. Inspect for traps.
Okay, investigation.
While Odd's doing that, Orkin's going around and gives
Seems
everybody
clear.
400 gold.
Seems clear, alright.
But you're doing what, Orgon?
Well, my lack of
Ooh,
knowledge with searching for traps has come up clean, so I try the handle.
Okay.
Is it locked?
Nope.
Alright, I'd like to open the door then.
It loudly creaks open, but inside you see a small chamber. The door in the east wall of this otherwise empty room bears the inscription in all caps, Dolindar above, and below it says, "No world to return." Every letter of each word is set into the wall in a separate tile, almost like buttons. And there's also another stone door to the north.
And what was the inscription again?
It says Dolindar above, and then below, "No world to return."
And each word is like its own tile.
Each word is set into the wall on a separate tile.
And is that how you spell
Oh, the letter of each word. Excuse me, I said that wrong. The letter of each. The letters of every letter is a button.
Did I spell the family name right?
Dolindar. Dolindar.
Dolindar above.
Okay,
No world to return.
No world to return. Perhaps they're referring to the name of the world. Perhaps if you spell
Never-
it.
Can't spell Neverwinter with these though.
No, but Neverwinter's not a world. Toril is.
Technically, aren't we on another world since we're in Evernight? Like another,
We're on
Yeah.
another plane, yeah.
yeah. And Dolindar was banished from Neverwinter, so
Right, but we can't
No
spell
world
that.
to return to. You can spell Toral, you're right, but
No, wait. It says Dolindar above, right?
Yes, Dolindar above.
So we
Are those
can spell
buttons as well?
Neverwinter.
the word above?
There's no V.
Or
There's,
yeah, above.
Is the
That's
word
what we're
above
asking.
there or no?
no, just Dolindar. No world to return. There is no
Dolindar,
word above.
no world to return.
Oh,
Yep.
never
Okay.
mind.
Okay.
Above the door and then below the. But no word. No
Well,
word with a V.
Dolindar is part of it.
Yeah.
Right. We were wondering if the
Dolindar,
word
no
above
world to
was
return.
in there.
Yeah.
No.
But okay. Oh, no world to return. So can't be Neverember, can't be Neverwinter.
Maybe there's another clue in the other room.
Well, let's
Should we open the north door then?
nope.
I think so.
closed the door. I closed the door.
Can we
somehow.
stop
Can you
closing
stop
doors?
closing the doors?
I couldn't see.
Eldon is following you guys as well.
Eldon, does any of this make sense to you?
He looks over it for a moment and... Unfortunately, no, it doesn't, but... There's definitely something hidden within this.
Thank you, Eldon.
I'm sorry, this isn't my forte.
Oh, stop being rude.
There's
It has-
definitely something to it.
All right, should we see what's in the other room?
Yeah, do
Open
you
the
want to try
north
the?
door.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You open it and see stairs leading up, much like it did on the other side.
Okay, and very carefully start to fly forward, and then
And right when you get there, I want you to stop.
yeah,
Because when you look over, you see that there are 2 stone coffins in the room that have been broken open, littering the floor with rubble and dust. There is a creature with too many arms and spikes in place of its hands. It taps at the room's walls, and it looks at you and it goes... Lets out this terrible wail. And I need you all to go ahead and click on your tokens for me, please. And I need you to roll initiative for me.
Well,
I really need to learn to stop opening doors and send Odd first.
Oh no.
I'm telling you, like I could have disguised myself as an ugly. No comment. Thank you.
I mean, I'm not sure we would have been able to tell the difference anyway.
Ah, there it is.
Let's get some battle music going. And I'll get you guys. Did everybody click their tokens and put yourselves on the initiative order? All right.
Right?
Okay. So, Odd, hearing this moan come from the room that Orkan just went up the stairs to, what do you do?
Let me see. Now that we're in combat, interacting with the mage hand is going to be different. You can use your action to control the hand. That's fantastic. So yeah, I'm gonna have to use my action to move the light into the room because otherwise, those of us who don't have dark vision are pretty much screwed. Moving right behind it. Let's see. Oh, I accidentally put the hand in front of Orkin's face. Sorry, didn't mean to mush you.
As that light comes into the room, Orkin, you can see that creature with the spiked arms kind of like puts an arm up, like blocking the light a little bit. Seems to bother it.
All right, so that was 5, 10. I'm gonna try to squeeze in. Oh, I shut the door. Sorry. 15, 20,
Turn off, shut the door.
25. And then I am going to
Oh, here,
lay
I'm gonna
eyes on this
Here's
ugly
a
shrieking
handout
creature.
of what this thing looks like.
Ooh,
Oh, fun.
Okay, good.
looks
Pause.
friendly.
Pause.
It's friendly, right?
This is not cool.
I believe
I thought
this
you were
is
showing us a creature,
the.
not odd.
Oh, very funny. I'm gonna move the mage hand right next to the creature, seeing as how it seems to be sensitive to the light.
Okay.
And bonus action, I am going to. Where the hell did my actions go? There they are. Gonna bardically inspire Forest, since he can hear me, and that'll do it.
Okay. And unbeknownst to you, Odd, as you entered the room, there is actually another one that comes bursting out of one of these coffins. It does the same thing. Its arms like stretch out with these spikes, and it starts kind of lumbering towards you. It used half of its movement, so it can only get right up next to you. To here. And then is going to make some attacks against you.
Lovely.
Let me double check something really quick. Okay. Yep. So it's going to make 2 arm spike attacks against you as one of these spikes comes jetting towards you rapidly. An 18 to hit.
That is not gonna hit.
That's not going to hit, so it's going to make another
It's not
arm
gonna hit.
spike. And a 12 is not going to hit either. Oh, as your magical shield blocks the impact.
Couldn't help it. Sorry.
Very nice.
All right. So when it tries to hit me and I block it, I look it sadly in the face and I say, "I am so sorry that you suffered this fate, but we're gonna put you to rest now."
Okay. Next up on our list is Forrest. What do you do, Forrest?
Get into the room up here.
Mhm.
Leave just enough room for other people to get in.
Okay.
This one's already tacked on, so we're gonna start with him, I think.
Okay.
Do I do anything else first? No, I'm just gonna take my 2 attacks.
Okay. Forrest, wielding his long sword, starts to strike, and that hits for 13 damage. As you carve into this very lonely, terrifying being.
For another one?
Yep.
Probably not good.
You happy with that number? It's not gonna hit.
You gave me a bardic inspiration, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be 1d6.
1d.
I'm a very watered down bard.
Just enough.
Oh, thank God.
What a roll.
14 more.
14 damage. As this creature moans, more so in sadness than pain.
Don't know what we're gonna find down here, so I'm gonna hold off on any smites that for now.
Okay. So that will bring us to Orcon.
Okay, and how high is the ceiling in this room?
10 feet.
Okay. I really can't get much higher. So we're going to stay where I am at the moment. Actually, no, yeah, I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to attack this guy over here.
Okay.
And first thing, as a bonus action, going to cast Hex on him.
Okay. He is
And we're going to give him disability against strength checks.
disadvantage Advantage on strength checks, okay.
And then we're going to fire off 2 Eldritch Blast at him.
Okay.
So, first one is a 13 to hit. I don't think that's going to do it.
No miss. You want to spend any resources?
No, I'm good.
All right.
And second one, 22 to hit.
That one will strike true.
Okay, so that is 6 points of force damage, 4 points of thunder, and 1 point of necrotic, and it is knocked back 10 feet.
From
Very nice.
from watching this Eldritch Blast make its connection, you have a feeling like the necrotic did nothing.
Oh, okay.
But it comes stumbling back into the room, kind of stumbles over this broken sarcophagus over here.
Then we are going to go, okay, fly into the room, 5, 10, 10 over this way, then 15, 20, 25, and then right up to the ceiling.
Oh, excuse me. Hold on 1 second. I may have... Okay. I misspoke. The necrotic did do damage. I apologize. It
Oh, okay.
was a different stat block I was looking at.
For the bigger Sorrowborn.
That enjoys necrotic.
The one that bursts up through the floor!
That's why I'm on the ceiling.
Oh, it
Basically
pushes down
just-
on the floor tiles just in case.
I am like Supermaning, laying on the ceiling, making myself as flat as I can up there.
Nice. Does that end your turn, Orcon? All right, Hazel, you are up next. You can hear the chaos happening in the room above.
I have
Enforce-
30 feet of movement. I can get into the room, right?
Yeah, the
can't see anything 'cause it's dark out here.
Eldon's space is going to take you 2 of, like, it'd be 10 feet to move through Eldon's space.
Hmm.
So that'd be 15. You'd get, like, right inside the door up there,
Okay, that's
but not
Like,
up the
right-
steps.
right here.
No, like two spaces down,
Oh, down here.
right there. Yep, that's where you'd get with your movement.
Great. Can't do anything from here.
Let's go range. Anything like Thorn Whip, pull them at you?
No, I don't have that because I have things that are I was going to use, but you guys are all standing there now, so it'll hurt you too. So there goes that plan.
Do it anyway. I can take it. I'm tough.
You're on the ceiling. You're the only one. I will just because I don't want my friends to be alone in there. Hazel's gonna dash into the room,
Okay.
and I guess I could probably get here-ish,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
and I'll be there just to be another target, essentially.
Okay.
And can I, before my turn ends, is there any writing on these coffins?
Because you're dashing and running into the room so quickly, you probably wouldn't have time to look at it this turn.
Okay.
It'd be
Then
something
it's
you
not
can do
important.
next
We'll read
round.
it later.
Oh yeah.
No.
Right now, there's more pressing matters, like spike-armed, creepy things moaning at you. Eldon gets to go, but I don't think he's too thrilled about like running into there. 10, 15, 20, 25. He's like, oh, jeez. He runs into the room. What can he do?
Radiant. Radiant damage, you priest.
He's gonna throw out a spiritual weapon. As a floating mace starts flying around next to this one that is trying to attack Odd. Unfortunately, it's going to miss. And he's going to
Where are you
stay
throwing that
put.
thing?
Are you done rolling natural 20s for every attack?
I guess it just waited till I got to something that would help you. I have some animated tokens for this, but I'll find it in a minute. All right, the other Sorrowsworn starts lumbering towards Hazel, moaning as it goes, and is going to attempt to use an ability called Embrace. So it's going to make an Embrace attack against Hazel. That's a 20 to hit. You take 26 points of piercing damage, and you are grappled. Until the grapple ends, the target has the frightened condition, and it takes 68 psychic damage at the end of each of its turns.
That's 6d8,
I'm sorry, did you
not
say
68.
6d8.
Yeah, I saw her face and I'm like, wait, no, not 68.
So this
Not
thing
pretty bad.
like it jolted its spikes into you and pulled you in close for a hug, and it's just going and sobbing on your shoulder, Hazel. And that's all it does on
No
its
touchy.
turn.
No touchy.
Selena, you are up next.
So I can't really see move because all the lights elsewhere.
Oh
So
no! You guys left Selena in the dark.
I don't know if that affects my movement at all.
Well, not really. I would say that the doorway probably glows to you.
I mean, you probably
You probably
While
see
we were
the
moving
resonant
through,
light
you-
from the north. You could probably
Yeah,
see
it's
that.
like it's like being
was
in the
just like-
dark and seeing another room lit.
It was just like a tiny sliver, and I was like, I don't know if this affects me or not, because if it was a complete darkness, I don't know if I'd know exactly where to go.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna
No,
move
luckily,
up.
Orkin didn't close the door.
Thank you. I'm
I can't
gonna move
believe it.
between.
Oh, that's huge.
What was that?
Look,
Oh my god!
It's my spiritual weapon. It's just way
Is that-
too big.
That's the trap that Odd just triggered.
It's way
That's
too big.
a hell of a spirit. That's a hell of a spirit.
It's way too big.
The room wipes everybody down.
I'm gonna take 2 swipes at this one that's between Odd and Forest.
Okay, go for it.
25 to hit,
That will hit, yes.
10 piercing damage,
Piercing damage.
and
Pierce to
then
hurt this creature extensively. Go for it.
another. Don't think a 12 is gonna hit.
12 isn't going to hit. You want to spend any resources?
No, I'm good.
Okay. That end your turn?
Yes.
Alright, back to the top with Odd. Odd, you've got this moaning figure looming over top of you.
Michael, I just remembered a spell I took when I woke up this morning.
Okay.
Because druids have fun things where they can change things, and I forgot what I picked.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm happy I picked this. It's a reaction spell.
Okay.
Krail's Rupture. And I can slice at this thing holding me to break
Okay.
the grapple.
Okay.
And then it has to make a con save.
Okay, what do you... Is it you slice at it, so you have to try to attack and hit it?
Well, it says you make a slicing motion with your finger, and you immediately break the grapple of the creature holding you. The creature must make a con save or take 3d12.
Constitution
necrotic.
save? Okay.
Yep.
That's only 11.
Okay, it's gonna take 3d12 then. It's not great because it only helps me. It's only for me. I can't do it for you guys, which makes me.
So it's just for you to cast, okay?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll your 3d8 necrotic.
3d12, and
Or
it's
3d12.
23.
Oh, 23 points of damage.
It's not holding me anymore.
It's not holding you anymore. You fall out of its grasp. It moans as it falters back a little bit, moving its spike-like arms with some of your blood dripping off the end of it.
You.
She's just screaming, "No touchy!"
So Odd, we go to the second round with you.
I am going to. Let's see, cone 15 feet. No, there's no way I can hit them both. We'll just do a falling back here into the doorway, taking your opportunity attack.
Oh yeah. Going to go ahead and arm spike you. 17.
How rude. I'm hit.
20 points of piercing damage, Odd.
I don't like it.
Can I intercept that?
You
Yes, you can. Roll your, I think it's a D10 plus 4.
Yes.
You reduce the damage.
I don't like the fact.
By
Ooh.
14. Look at that.
All right. So
See, a little too close to
6
Odd.
points of damage, yeah.
I'll
We
also
just
go ahead
took
and
a-
take my Sentinel feature attack
Okay.
because it attacks somebody.
Attack somebody, yep, you can.
Is this the same thing that
That
it
hits.
just tried to do to Hazel and grapple her?
No. This is just a standard attack. 13 damage as Forrest gets an opportunity to slice into this moaning creature.
all right.
Gotta be looking pretty hurt by now.
Oh yeah, very hurt. Still not showing pain though. Every time you hit it, it's just more like it keeps getting more sad, like as you continue to beat on it.
It'll be 24 to hit.
24 hits.
All right. As I cast out the weakest. Oh my God, that roll. The weakest
10.
ray
5.
of lunar light to do 5 poison damage. Oh my
You
God.
got it.
And rolling a
Constitution
constitution.
Yep, you got it. Constitution save coming right up. It's only an 11.
Okay, so it is now poisoned as a condition.
Poisoned condition. You got it. Poison bottle. There you
And
go.
going to give Hazel Master Tactician against her her friend that she loves hugging.
And you stand put where you are, Odd? You
Yeah,
moving
I'll
any
stay in
further?
the
Okay.
doorway.
All right, this creature, seeing that Forrest is the closest to it, turns its head towards Forrest, and you can see these very lonely, glowing yellow eyes as it goes, as it tries to do the same thing it did to Hazel. Well, this one is different. The different one is going to try to do this embrace against you. Natural 20. 26.
Seriously?
It does have
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
specifically,
but
like,
it does have
14.
it does have disadvantage because it's poison condition, but it's still a 20.
Restart.
20, you say?
It's still,
Oh,
it's still
wow,
a
you
20.
rolled-
Fine.
So you take. Oh, magical shield. Look at that.
Nice.
I didn't know Forrest had that.
I haven't had to use it yet.
And it's unable to embrace you as it moans and cries towards you, trying to break. This is the second.
No, sorry.
What's
I
that?
used my reaction already. I can't do that.
Oh yeah, so you will take the 28 damage, piercing damage, and you are grappled. As this thing pulls you close for a hug, Forrest, with spikes jetting into your armor and flesh. That brings us up to you, Forrest. What do? You are grappled by it.
Isn't it an action to escape a grapple?
It is.
yeah.
It is, and you also have the frightened condition while you're grappled in this way. Unless there be
Right.
something
Right. I
preventing
have
you from being
disadvantage on,
so
like,
you have disadvantage
attack.
on pretty much, yeah.
The good news is he also has disadvantage on ability check. So when you do the contested grappling check, he has disadvantage because of the poison.
Well, the grapple is just an escape DC. The DC is a
Okay,
14 to escape the
Okay.
grapple.
Could just try to hit it and kill it.
That's right.
Okay.
Just not the right.
Just start trying to
That's the best way
stab
of
the
making
thing
it let
off of
go.
you. Yeah, that's right.
God, I can't believe I rolled a 5 out of 24.
Man, that critical would have been brutal. These things hit hard.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Couple things. Do it. I'm gonna try to finish it off, I think. So I'd be
Okay.
rolling at disadvantage, right?
Disadvantage, yep. Uh, 17 is still a good hit.
Still got it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 9 damage. But we will gonna use a second level spell slot for a Divine Smite.
Oh, as a flash of energy comes from the blade. How much additional damage are we doing?
10 more.
10 more.
Let's go again.
Now, I got a question for you. Did you roll as in... Is that second level give you those 3?
Yeah.
Or did you roll
2d8
extra?
plus 1 for each additional spell level.
Okay, gotcha. Just wanted to double check. All right.
Yeah,
so
'cause
with-
these aren't like normal undead, right? So I don't think I get
They are
these
not
special.
considered undead.
Yeah.
Yes, they're something different. But you can see, even with that beam of blast from this, the creature stumbles to like a knee, but is still there.
Oh, good thing I have another attack.
16 is still good enough.
Okay. Still alive with that?
No, it is going. I'm just trying to check at what you're rolling because I'm hovering over this. Rolling 16, 2d20.
Keep lowest one.
Keep lowest. Okay. Okay. All right. I was just trying to figure out what that equation was doing. From
Yeah.
there. Okay. So
It's just the way it
13
does
damage.
it. You
6 plus 10.
You carve into him and drop this creature down, and with one final moan, it moans and then falls to the ground, and is destroyed.
Ooh, it's a little closer than I wanted it to be.
And you are no longer grappled. So you
not
can
much
move
to do with the
technically
bonus
if you'd
action,
like
so
to.
that'll be my turn though.
All right, Orcon, we bring it back to you. There's still one over there in the corner.
Okay. So we're gonna stay up along the ceiling. Okay, so right over here. We're gonna bonus action and try to telekinetic shove this thing away from me.
Okay, strength check,
Yep.
which it has disadvantage on, I believe. This is the
Yes.
hex. First one, well, it'd be a 6.
Okay, so that's gonna fail. So it gets pushed 5 feet.
5 feet
south.
closer to Hazel there. Okay.
And then I am going to try to shoot a couple of Eldritch
It cries out in loneliness. It doesn't know why you would want to push it away.
Well, hopefully it's about to get a lot sadder. Because that's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so that is okay, so 13 force, 4 thunder, 6 necrotic, and it's
Total-
pushed 10 feet away.
Total of 23 damage and pushed back down here by the stairs. Eldon's getting
And
very
then-
nervous because you keep pushing it closer to him.
And then we're gonna blast it again.
That will
That's a
also-
dirty 20 to hit.
That will also hit. You can roll your damage for
Okay,
this
so
one.
that is 7 force damage and 5 necrotic.
5 necrotic.
And pushed another 10 feet right into the door.
It starts stumbling down the stairs towards the door. These eldritch blasts coming from Orcon's hands as he's flying around the room blast this thing completely down the steps.
And look over at Hazel. Are you okay, my dear?
Hugs are bad. Hugs are bad.
Yes, it didn't seem pleasant. And then fly over and still up by the ceiling, but fly right over by Hazel.
Okay. That will bring us to Hazel's turn.
Hazel just goes, I don't like it down here anymore. And I wanna hold on a second. Okay, I'm gonna move to the doorway where this thing is.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast poison spray and hope it fails its con save.
Okay. Constitution saving throw coming right up. That's a 6.
Fails, so it takes 2d12.
It's the second time I rolled a natural 20 on the back end of that.
So only 8 damage to it.
8 damage. You can see it starting to hiss and moan even more, but it's still standing just barely.
It doesn't here. Kill it, someone kill it. And Hazel steps away from the door.
Eldon goes next. I think his spiritual weapon can only move 20 feet. 5, 10, 15. It can't quite get to the creature. He's just going to come back here a little bit, and he's going to Sacred Flame the creature down the steps. Going to make a dexterity saving throw as he holds out his hand towards it. And it will fail. And as you see this light shine from down there, the bright light, you hear one last wail of just loneliness. Bitter and awful loneliness as this creature is no more. And we'll take you guys out of initiative order.
Hazel just looks around and I don't like places where hugs are bad.
Selena's gonna run over to Hazel and be like, "Do you want a good hug?"
Yes, please. And she just hugs the bends completely in half to hug the halfling.
Selena's got tears in the corner of her eyes because she knows that sound of just pure sadness. And doesn't quite understand why a creature that is attacking us would also have such strong, sad feelings. But hugs from Hazel make things better.
We're hugging for a while. You guys go do your thing.
Okay. Got it.
Eldon kind of dismisses his spiritual weapon. He's like, that was horrifying.
Just a
Quite
tad.
unpleasant.
No need to fear. We've defeated it.
Going to approach one of the bodies and close its eyes and kind of just talking to himself, not really talking to anybody particular. This is what happens when you stay too long in the Shadowfell. Anybody who becomes lost becomes one of these.
It's creepy.
All the more reason to find our way out of here then.
I would like to search the tombs.
Oh, okay.
Or the
Gonna check out
sarcophagi.
sarcophagi. The only thing that is left over that can be of any use that you think, there are nameplates that were once adorned on the coffins. They're kind of laying beside them now. One is engraved with the name Nolan Dolindar, beloved brother, and the other reads Avisha Dolindar, beloved sister. You think you could probably take these? They're made out of silver. Somebody might pay you for them.
I'll take them as kind of like dog tags to remember them by.
Right.
Lena's gonna make those crayon rubbings of them in her book,
Oh.
just in case somebody takes them from Odd.
Death note.
They're already dead though.
Oh, now they're
Reverse? Are we gonna have to fight them again? No, thank you.
So, what were the names you said again?
Nolan
Avisha?
and Avisha Dolindar.
Unfortunately, Avisha has a V, so once again, that doesn't help the puzzle.
No, but Nolan
No, it doesn't.
would fit. But again, based on the world, I still personally think it's Toril.
I think
Well, that
could
is
be
an
right.
option.
Let's give it a try. You want to
Do
try
we want to
Toril?
go
We
back
can.
and try that?
Yes, why don't you type it in this time, Odd? I opened a door and there was a creature there.
You want me to try to type it?
Selena has an idea.
Oh,
All right, let's do this. What's your idea?
Are all of you going
She put
down
it in
into
chat.
that? Are all of you going down there to the room for the puzzle?
Yeah, I'm leaving the light like right in the doorway so they don't get Selena.
Well,
Thank you.
Selena, are you going
Selena.
down there to help them with that thing you typed in the
Yeah.
chat? Okay.
Just trying to
I
remember
like that
which way we
idea
were going.
too, actually.
Okay.
Orkin is specifically staying back around the corner in the southern door to let Odd type it in.
Okay.
In case, something blows up, he's not in line of sight.
Okay. So, who's typing this in? Is Selena going to do it?
I don't know if I'm tall enough to reach it.
Yeah, it's not too tall.
And what are
Just
we
a
typing
tall
in?
order.
Are we typing in Toril or are we typing in Selena's idea? Which
What's Selena's idea?
it's in the Roll20 chat.
Do not return.
Yeah, we can give it a try. Hey, what's the worst that can happen, right?
If anything
I
tries
don't-
to hug you, tell them I do not consent to hugs.
I don't think that last one listened.
No. They're rude.
So is Selena typing this in?
Sure.
All right. So you watch as Selena steps up and starts pressing these letters. Any specific letters that you're pressing in? Like I know there's some that have like double. Like there's an O in Dolindar, and there's an O in World, and there's an O in 2, and No, and they all have different ones. So which one are you?
So I was gonna do
Mhm.
the D and the O from Dolindar,
Okay.
the N from No,
Okay.
the O from World, the T from 2, and then all of Return in the bottom.
Okay. So when you do this, you type all this in. It seems as if the N from the word no sticks for a moment as all the other letters release. And the N from no sticks a little bit, but then pops out. And at that very moment, this terrible, overwhelming sense of loneliness racks each of your minds. I need you to make a charisma saving throw, everyone who is in the room. So that means Orcon and Hazel do not have to make this check because they're technically out of the room.
I'm sorry. Maybe not.
Selena
Hazel,
is
close the door. It
good.
looks like
Unfortunately,
Alden's getting sad.
Eldon is in there too. Whoops, not spells.
We shut the door.
Charisma for Eldon. Eldon succeeds. Boris succeeds. Looks like
He also has a 20. Because he's in my aura protection.
oh, okay, got it. Okay, so everybody's going to take half damage. And
I'm afraid to
this
ask, what is that?
it says taking
Half is only
4
67.
4d10.
Ooh,
So half of 23 psychic damage.
11.
11 points. Eldon is not looking too good. As he's holding his head going, oh my, what terrible emotions.
let me see. You said it was
Maybe away in the other room, Eldon.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand back. As he gets behind Hazel.
you said it's emotional.
It was psychic damage, but it was this overwhelming sense of loneliness that was just unbearable, caused physical or psychic pain to all of you.
It's a wave of emotion we're feeling when we're taking the damage.
Mm-hmm. An overwhelming sense of loneliness.
I'm not touching those buttons again. I did not like that.
What was it? It was I gotta scroll up. It was Dolindar what?
Eldon's like, maybe it's not a physical place. Maybe it's a sense of being. Or
Wait a minute. You said something. What was the emotion that hit everybody?
Loneliness.
Okay, hold on. I'm recopying it down. And you said the N and no seem. Oh, so yeah, that's the same idea.
The N and no.
N and no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so L can't be lonely.
Can't be lonely. Can't be loneliness.
Voluntary.
Because there's no I.
Why not
Wait,
alone?
L-O-N.
Just alone.
We have the letters for alone, but they're not in the right order.
Does the order matter?
I don't think the order would
An answer
matter.
we do not know yet.
Well, okay, no. Let me rephrase. Maybe the order we type it matters, but not the order that not its physical order.
That one.
Because we have an A in Dolindar. We have the N in no, which we already know sticks. We have an L in world. So we have A, N, L. We need an O and an E. We have the O and 2 and the E in return.
But the E in return didn't do anything.
Well, maybe.
Oh.
But maybe if it's the right order, then yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's the right. It could be alone,
What-
or maybe
what are you
not
thinking?
alone.
Dolindar, world, to no return?
Yeah,
Is that what you're
so
thinking?
A from Dolindar, L from world, O from 2, N from no, and E from return.
And as Orkin is saying this, I'm going to push those buttons.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and there's one letter for
At the
each.
minute he goes to touch that A, I'm flying out the room.
Yes. He's like,
Can I
here's
have
the
my
answer, but
Hazel?
I'm gonna wait outside. As Odd presses the buttons,
I'm turning around. Is that right, Orkin?
and all of the letters of those, as you push them in, stick. And you hear as the door unlocks. And the door is no longer locked.
Orkin's gonna lean around the corner. Everyone okay?
I mean, there's a click.
I haven't tried the door.
Don't yet.
Yeah, if we're gonna heal, we should do it before we open the door.
Well, healing, or if you guys let me get a shot off before on anything in the room before you're all in the room.
Eldon's like, I can heal too if anybody needs some assistance.
I mean, do we want to heal?
Just a small bit.
I can
will
use a small
take some
cure
of my-
wounds, Eldon.
So
How
he'll
bad
cast
is
Cure
everybody?
Wounds.
I have about half of my hit points.
I just use
I'm
one
feeling
cure
wonderful.
wound.
I don't know what any of you are complaining about.
Hazel's gonna go over to Forest and we'll use some of the Balm of the Summer Court on him, and hopefully I roll better this time.
And I apologize, viewers at home. It's getting a little warm in here, so I gotta lose a mask.
You get 11 hit points back, Odd as Eldon casts Cure Wounds.
Yeah, that's
Place
plenty
against
for me.
I'm gonna use 4 of my charges for Forest. So that's 4d6.
Eldon's actually going to use Cure Wounds on himself.
Jesus,
as well.
whenever I use that, you get like no health. You get
Wow.
10 points and then 4 temp. I tried.
Eldon's gonna get 8 hit points from his Cure Wounds, bringing him back a little bit better.
Are you still injured, Forrest?
Oh, quite a bit.
It didn't
Alright.
work. Apparently, the Fey energy
I'm
doesn't
gonna-
like the Paladin.
I'm gonna pull out my flute that I was practicing inside of Orkin's lantern. I'm not that kind of bard, sorry. And then I'll walk away.
Eldon looks at you, Forrest, and says, I can probably give you a little bit, but it's going to almost deplete some of my energy.
Save it in
Oh,
case I
yes,
get enough.
keep it for an emergency. I've got. It won't quite get me to full, but I can heal myself quite a bit.
Hazel's gonna cast Cure Wounds on herself to give a little bump.
I can ask the gods about your health. Super useful.
I will use 20 points from my Lay on Hands pool on myself.
I healed myself for 9 points just to give a little bump.
I'm only down 11, so I think I'm good.
Let's see what I have in my inventory here.
All right.
Not gonna help me.
So, Hazel, if you don't want to miss or you don't want us charging in first, why don't you come over here?
Hazel will move over and then
Let me know when you're ready and I'll open the door for you.
Can you, Michael?
Try
Can
to
you
set
set me to five bright and 5 dim, and then we're gonna dismiss the mage hand.
What do you mean, 5? Right.
For light off of me, I'm gonna light a candle.
It'll be.
Use
Oh, you're using a
prestidigitation.
candle. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Prestidigitation.
So you're gonna do 5 bright and 5 dim. You got it.
Yeah, and then unsummon the mage hand. Instead, I'm gonna cast light on Selena's weapon. I believe it's a rapier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm
So
gonna
casting
also
light. Okay.
spend a fourth level magic slot to give the rapier +2. So it is a magic weapon +2.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
So
How
you
long
have a-
does that last?
So,
An hour.
Forever.
yeah.
Yeah. 1 hour.
1 hour. Is that it has concentration spell? Okay.
Yeah.
So
don't hit me,
you are
Michael.
you Odd is concentrating. I don't know what a good symbol for concentration would be. I'll just put that on there. So Selena, that means that you got an additional +2 to hit the target and an additional +2 on damage, and it counts as a magical weapon.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're ready to Rainbow Six it if you are.
wish you guys tell me if there's something in there because I won't be able to see if it's dark. But if you guys tell me there's something in there, I can throw something
Selena
out.
should be casting light. You can't see Selena's light.
I'm like when we open the door.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Right,
I
but
can see
Selena's
now.
light would then go into the room. You'd be able to see.
Should be able to
Right,
see.
but I don't want anyone in. The thing I'm gonna do is only serviceable if no one's in the way.
Okay, so Orkin is going to reach up and open the door and then
Okay.
drop prone so that, wait, how tall is Hazel?
Like
6
7
foot
White
feet.
something.
She's a furbolg, so she's up there.
Okay.
She's-
So
7
don't have
feet.
to drop prone. She's already heads over.
I don't look
You're
over
right.
him.
And you dismiss the mage hand, right?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay, I'll just put it on the.
But right before it fades away, it just flashes a quick middle finger.
Very nice.
How kind.
And opens the door and then plops back against the wall to give Hazel line of sight.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Fire in the
That's
hole!
weird. Here, before you guys do anything, I do want to read this description. So, on the far side of the room rests a stone coffin. Between the door and the coffin, the floor is studded with what looks to be sharp metal blades that stick out, like all around the floor of the room. A person-shaped figure with elongated arms lurks near the coffin, and I will show you exactly what it looks like on your handout.
Oh boy.
That is what she looks like. And she looks at you, and she looks like she has tears of black stained on her face, running down, and she goes, "Yeah." And that's where we'll pick up next time on our next episode of Vecna, Eve of Ruin.
I closed the door.
Great.
I closed the door.
I closed the door and I switched the letters to locks.
She looks like she gives great hugs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. They're to die for. Now,
Or just push Odd into the room.
Push hard into the
So they
room and
look-
close the door.
they look like stalagmites. Are they part of like the floor, like they're stone?
No, they actually look like they're made, like look like sword blades, like sticking
Oh,
out of
crap.
the floor. Mm.
So like somebody
Yeah,
stabbed the floor from the underside, and they're just poking out.
they're just poking all out around, yeah.
Oh god.
Keep her in.
Yeah, that's right. That's not frightening at all. This has been a pretty gruesome tomb that they've been delving into this time. Well, great job,
No wonder.
guys. So next week we'll see how you guys handle this situation, as you are in the final chamber of this tomb, the matriarch's chamber.
Oh,
good. All right. Well, do we have any last minute announcements or anything that we need to shout out? Also, big thank you to all of our friends in chat for helping us with all of our player re-rolls and all the inspirations that you gave with your promo points. Also, the help with the community challenge. And just thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We do appreciate everybody hanging out and chatting with us. Do you guys have any other announcements or anything that we need to make before we?
I would
call it a night?
love.
Hey,
to know who
thanks for
does
the
her
follow, Rob.
nail.
Love to know
Wait,
who what?
That means we only have 10 followers until we hit 1,000.
Oh, look at that! Yeah, 10 followers away, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I've had that 1,000 goal there for a couple of weeks now, so hopefully we can reach that here soon.
Tell your
That'd be really
friends.
awesome. Yep, tell your friends about us. Share our stuff. We're almost there, 1,000 follows. But hey, we'll be back next Monday. Tune in. We'll see what they do here in this final chamber of the Dolindar Tomb. Oh, look at that! Gifting 5 subs. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. But until next time, everybody, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus. I'm just gonna keep going because we keep on. We're getting that oh yeah going on in there. Oh yeah. And it's just gonna keep going at least 5 or 6 times. So we're gonna let it go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The opposite of what our characters are saying right now.
I was like, way to eat all the chips, Kip. Love that movie. You're just jealous because I've been home chatting with babes all day. All right. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus. We'll see you all very soon. Have a good night, everybody.